Jimmy Justice. We got to get into this.
He's the greatest.
We love Jimmy Justice, and we're learning that he's an old fan of the show. He used to listen to WNEW, and his videos are all over YouTube. And God, we love this guy.
He is a douche, and I love him.
Yeah, we hate the meter maids. We still call them meter maids.
Meter maids.
We hate the brownies, the traffic cops. They're not real cops. They're just there to make your life miserable. They hang out by the parking meters and wait for it to go to what's the word there?
Zero.
Expired.
And then they quickly write a ticket, even if they see you running with a baby carriage. They don't give anyone a break. They're just a bunch of
fail meters, they write on your tire.
Really?
Thing that they write on your tire.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing they do.
So they can keep up with the time that you were there at a fail meter.
Yeah, they mark tires and everything.
Oh, yeah, they put a little chalk mark on your tire, and if it doesn't move.
Yep.
You know, I had one of these jerks give me a ticket because I was riding my bike on a pier. I was probably riding my bike slower than people were walking. You know, just kind of on the bike and slowly because I didn't want to get off my bike.
Yeah.
And she comes a running. I told this whole story already in a golf cart and wrote me up. And I'm saying, look, I didn't know. I didn't see the sign. And she was on a power trip because she's not a real cop.
No.
Real cops don't, for the most part, aren't on power trips.
No, they won't screw with you like that.
But these nobodies, they get what they think is a little power and they take advantage of it. And then the NYPD, unfortunately, they had to make them look like real cops because people were beating them up for being asses, right?
Yeah.
So now they look like they're part of the NYPD. They technically are, but they don't have guns or they can't even arrest you. They can't do nothing.
They have a car that says NYPD.
Yeah.
Traffic. It's a small traffic up by the doorknob just to make sure.
I will blast by them at 90 miles an hour. Like I could care less. I'll rob a bank in front of one of them.
Walmart security.
Yeah, that's what they are.
And they have the NYPD logo and everything because it makes them look important. It's kind of like the Celtics. You got the guys that are wearing the Celtic gear that plays on the team, and then you got the the administrators. But if you look quickly, you're like, wait, is he one of the Celtics? You get a little confused, and that's what they want. But this Jimmy Justice is putting these asses, these traffic cops in their place. I want to play the one from yesterday. Then we're gonna play a new one today. Okay. Yeah. Just to bring Patrice aboard. Listen to this guy. He goes around New York City, Patrice, with a camera, and his whole thing is waiting for these traffic cops to F up. And then he gets in their face.
Oh.
Listen to this.
You made an illegal U-turn in a business district.
Do that.
You made an illegal U-turn in a business district, and I have it on video.
Don't do that.
What kind of example are you for the citizens of New York? You're a police officer. You're not supposed to make a U-turn within a business district.
Can you get out of my face?
You're not allowed to make a U-turn in a business district in the city of New York. You violated the law. You're supposed to.
Come on, arrest me.
I don't have the authority to arrest you, but I have the authority to videotape you, call 311, and file a report against you.
Call him.
I will.
Call him.
Because I have it all on video.
Call him now.
You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law.
Get out of my face. I'm going to get you arrested.
For what?
You video on me, and I said don't do it.
I videoed you breaking the law.
Don't video.
You're the one who broke the law, not me. Why are you mad at me?
The best part of that video, she goes, "Get out of my face or I'll get you arrested." And she knows. Like, if she called a real cop, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever, I'll be there in 4 hours.
Yeah, what do you need?
Right. Because we've talked to the cops. The ones that are honest, they'll tell you. They don't like these.
They go, they hear them on the radio, and they're like, oh, I got a problem. There's somebody hassling me. I'm trying to write them up. And the real cops will be like, yeah. I'll be right there. Yeah. And they don't show up. They don't care.
It's the people part of it. Like most concepts in life are pretty good. What messes it up is people.
People. You got to take the people out of the equation.
Communism isn't bad until the people. You know what I mean?
It works on paper.
It's just people who enjoy making your life miserable. And like these traffic people, it's like you put yourself. That's why I don't even beg anymore. Like if something's going on, he's writing it. I just start cursing them out, talking about their African heritage, because most of them are Africans.
African heritage.
What's your move?
Oh,
that's funny.
Shouldn't you be somewhere dying in a diamond mine? Like somewhere.
Oh God!
I really am awful to traffic cops, man, because I have no respect for them. That $65 is worth the pain and suffering that they get.
Yeah,
it's worth it because she enjoys her job. And sorry. Nope. And here's the one I hate out of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
I started writing it already.
Already started writing it.
What does that even mean?
And?
Well, you know what? A couple of times I've had them write down the wrong license plate.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote down a wrong number or a wrong letter.
You got them all flustered.
And they just, and the thing is done.
Yeah.
So they wrote down that somewhere there's $100 that's floating around that needs to be paid.
Yeah. Works.
Well, this rant continues.
But you can see excuse me. Like she not only likes her job, but it's this phony sense of empowerment she has. That's why a lot of times a cop will give you a break, but she won't because she has no empowerment at all, and this is a chance for her to get back.
And he picked the right one too.
Oh, yeah.
Honey Chow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you know what, you're right, I did make that turn. That was kind of stupid. That would have taken every bit of wind out of his sails if she would have said, yeah, I screwed up. That was kind of dumb of me.
Or she said, I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah. I'm law enforcement.
Yeah. I can do what I want.
Well, Jimmy Justice continues with this broad.
You want to call 1-911? You want to call him? You want to call him?
Let me see your badge number,
No.
please. Yes. I want your badge number.
Call him.
I want your badge number. You made an illegal U-turn in New York City. You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law.
You want me to
Now
call
you're going dropping your radio. You're a boob.
You want to call him?
You're a boob.
Do you want to call him?
I will call them.
Out my face.
I want your badge number, and I will file a 311 report against you. You forgot something. Hello, you forgot something.
Step out my face, okay?
Don't make illegal U-turns in New York City.
Because real cops carry
I
their
asked you not
purses
to
on the
make illegal
job.
U-turns in New York City within a business district. I am Jimmy Justice, and your days of running around this city like a cowboy are over.
How great is he? How great is he?
He's got a bit of humor to him.
What's the song at the end he's singing?
I don't know. We'll have to. What is it, E-Rock?
Oh, God bless Jimmy Justice.
He's the greatest.
I'm Jimmy Justice.
I would hate him if he was coming after me, but but you gotta love him.
If we talk to him, I want to know there's something or a series of events, but I guarantee you there was one thing that snapped him, and he's like, they are all going to suffer. There was one phony sense of empowerment moment that one of these pigs wouldn't give him a break.
Yeah.
You don't feel like that, though? Like
always,
yes.
yes.
I feel like that about the TSA, where I want to do something just to stop them.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. I used to live in a brownstone, and I would go away for the weekend, and I would have to pull up in front of my brownstone, double park, and quickly get my stuff out of the car, come back, and then I would go find a parking space and put my parking lights on and all that, right? I swear, one time I got a ticket, I was inside for less than a minute. And I come out, and there was a ticket, and they were long gone. They're not even around where you could dispute it. I'm like, it's obvious that I'm just unloading luggage from the weekend. It's even on a Sunday, so they're not stupid. They know what people are doing on a Sunday.
And they
getting back into town.
And it's like the devil's advocate where they just all kind of blend in after, like, he disappears.
They do disappear.
It's like, hey, did you give me a ticket? It's like, no.
Yeah. So a lot of people heard that Jimmy Justice yesterday. We're going to play a brand new one today, and I think we're going to get him on the show today, hopefully. So here's more Jimmy Justice. These videos are linked on onaradio.com.
We have another one?
Yeah, traffic cop blocks a hydrant during a fire.
Wow.
And Jimmy Justice was on the scene.
Thank God.
Here we go.
I love him.
Are you on drugs?
What is your problem?
You're a traffic enforcement agent, and you parked your official vehicle blocking a fire pump, and there's a fire outside with firemen out there, and they have no access to the pump? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. While you're in the store, you don't hear the sirens? What's the matter with you? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to enforce the law, not break the law. What's the matter with you?
Oh, is he just a bastard?
Well, know what's great about this, too? He knows there's nothing they could do to him.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
He's not cursing or threatening them.
Look, you do this to an NYPD cop, oh boy, you're going downtown for a while. They'll figure something out.
Oh, they'll write you up for something.
And they'll make your life a living hell for a few hours, even if they don't have an official charge. But with these things...
Cops have a little loophole.
Of course.
Conquers everything called disorderly.
Of course.
Right.
Where they tell you to do something and you do it. Turn the camera off, you don't do it, disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
Yeah. That's that loophole.
And it doesn't matter if it gets thrown out or something. It's just going to be a pain in your ass to have to be run through all the hoops.
If a cop tells you to do something, you don't do it, it's a crime.
Right.
Yeah.
Disorderly.
Which makes your rights gone. So,
every right is gone.
Destroys your rights.
Do that. No. Disorderly.
Disorderly. Turn that camera off. Nope. Disorderly.
Tased first.
Yep.
Then,
dude, bro.
Hey, okay, I'll go. All right.
Was it the same lady?
They all sound the same.
Yeah, they do.
I gotta be honest, they all sound the same. They all look and sound like they should be on a Jerry Springer show.
Fighting. Looking for paternity or something. Right.
And what bothers you is that with bill collectors sometimes, or people that's just trying to help you, like that when they say the word can't, that's what gets sorry. Sorry now means nothing. And the word, you can't stop this or you won't.
Yeah.
Just tell me you won't so I can feel better about how much I hate you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't write this ticket. I can't
stop.
Or you just will not stop.
Right. Okay, I will not stop.
Fair enough.
There you go.
You're a piece of garbage. Yeah. It's like white people voting for Obama. Just say you ain't voting for him because he's black. Just make me feel good once.
Patrice, we got Ken from New York. He says traffic cops are afraid to go into bad areas. Now, I live on the Upper West Side. It's a very white, safe neighborhood. So these animals got the run of the place. But I imagine these traffic cops in some of these scarier neighborhoods. I don't think they're,
especially with
they're making out
regular cops. You know,
they're not get batteries thrown at them.
I'm telling you, they're probably not making out as well as these traffic cops in white neighborhoods.
I think real cops write tickets in tough neighborhoods.
Yeah. Really, they don't even mess around with these things.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. I don't think they do.
Well, they write them from the car.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these traffic guys will stay in the car, where they have scanners now. Where they can write.
Why is the city?
Scanners.
Why is the city making it safer and easier for these traffic cops? Because now it is a scanner thing where they don't even have to be near your car that long. It's like zit, and they put it right on the car.
I'll tell you why. The city loves these people. They make them money.
They make them tons of money.
I would love them too if I was getting the money.
And that way, I used to get out of a lot of parking tickets because they wrote them up wrong. One mistake on there, you send it in, and that's it. You don't have to pay. If they scan it, now it's easy. They push a couple of buttons, they scan it, all of a sudden there's the make, model, everything is correct on their ticket. So it's hard to fight parking tickets when they scan them.
Now they got I don't even think the traffic users, but they got the tent little toy they have now.
Which one's that?
They put the thing on your car to see if your tent's legal. With
if your tent is legal,
a tent meter now.
Oh.
They got a tent.
Tent meter that they like practicing. But I'm glad I got a pocket full of FOP cards.
Yeah, well, you need those.
Just hold up like a good hand in poker.
Yeah. This is coming from an officer. Acting in a tumultuous manner.
Tumultuous.
That's, I guess, what they can get you on if you,
anything they can make up. Just stop. Tell them to stop it.
Acting in a tumultuous manner. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's called the black guy documents that they have, that only Nicolas Cage has in National Treasure. Anytime a black guy starts preaching about rights, they just arrest you.
More Jimmy Justice. So we got this guy. He's in New York, and he's running around with his camera, catching traffic cops who most of us hate, doing illegal stuff and getting in their face.
Meter maids. They're glorified meter maids.
I got a guy in the NYPD way up yelling at me on my little phone. He goes,
"What happened?
Stop calling them cops.
They're not. I know. That's why I said meter maids.
They are traffic agents."
Okay.
Because I keep saying traffic cops.
They're not cops.
Thank you. And I
They're
apologize.
Scum of the earth.
But they work in conjunction with the New York Police Department because they have NYPD on their car and on those little team trucks.
And so do the big trucks that haul around the barricades, but the guy driving it ain't making no arrests. You know?
NYPD is on it, so he is an associate.
That gets me every time, too, when I'm on the expressway. You know how no one wants to speed past a cop, obviously. But you're on the expressway, and there's a big truck hauling barricades somewhere. And it says NYPD on it. It's white and blue. And there's some guy, he's a truck driver driving it. It's not a uniformed police officer driving it. And people are afraid to pass him.
Well,
they're afraid to pass him, thinking he's going to radio it in or something.
He's a maid guy with that NYPD on it.
But he's not going to do anything to you if you blast past him at 100 miles an hour.
Who knows that?
Everyone should know that.
But not the average citizen who just goes, okay.
This morning, another time, I'm driving to the Midtown Tunnel, and usually once I get past, like Van Dam, it's wide open, and I could really do just about 90 or so to the tunnel. I want to get in front of as many trucks as I can so I could get into the tunnel and not be behind those trucks. So, people don't want to move because they see a cop, but it's the postal police. Every morning they escort a big, mail truck through the tunnel.
The postal police aren't bums. But they're not bums.
They are not gonna pull me over. What is it? The guys for the tunnels, the tunnel cops. The tunnel, yeah. Oh, I won't screw with them. No,
you don't play with those.
No.
Port Authority cops.
I won't screw with them.
And Postal Service police are not bums. I've made a mistake.
They will not pull you over.
Yeah, unless you're driving with like letters flying out of your car.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but if you do anything to endanger that area of the truck, they're federal officers. If they feel like the mail is being.
I was getting around the truck, and I pulled past the cop. No one wanted to pass him. No one wanted to pass him because they assumed he was a cop that's going to pull you over.
Most people aren't that against the law. I mean, I'll test it. You'll test it. I'll test it because I can't stand the law. You'll test it just because you're a white guy, and you'll find out what the law is. And not many people believe that anytime there's the siren. Look, I get very angry at unmarked cars nowadays. There's some new unmarked pullover. I won't do. I'll drive to where I see the police. Then I'll pull over for an unmarked car.
Well, you got to watch out, yeah. I think women should do that a lot, too.
I will not pull over for a car for a Stingray with a siren. It's not going to happen.
Have you had that where you just kept going?
I kept going until I found a real cop, pulled over, and the guy's yelling. I go, I feel what you're doing right now. You're screaming, but who are you? I don't know you. I don't want to be. I'm not going to wait for you to identify yourself.
Anyone could pop a red light in the dashboard.
Won't do it. Will not do it.
You didn't get in trouble for that? They understood?
He yelled at me, but I had my two-fingered...
excuse me. Please take this.
That is a good point, though. Like,
Put your hazards on.
I'm not pulling over for an unmarked cop car.
Put your hazards on. Perhaps signal out your window that you do know what's going on, and continue until you get to a safe area.
That's what I think. If you only have one finger up that works?
One finger up that works? That could be a problem.
That's ridiculous. You can't just pull over for some dude.
No, because you don't know.
That's what he is.
This
some
day
dude.
And age.
He's pulling, and they're doing it a lot now.
People get jacked like that.
Yes.
No,
if I may use the word jacked.
It ain't gonna happen. How you doing, creep?
All right, we got another.
That was Jared.
Jesus,
Jared
coming in to bring Patrice some food. He calls him a creep.
How you doing, creep?
Yeah, let's do another clip from Jimmy Justice. Another traffic. See that the reason I keep saying cop is because it's written that way. Another traffic agent blocks a hydrant.
All right, Kizzy, hit it.
Jimmy Justice.
Is something wrong with blocking a fire hydrant?
Don't you think there's something wrong about filming somebody?
No. I think you're a police officer who's supposed to enforce the law, but you violated the law by parking your official police car,
have to do, okay?
blocking a fire pump. Somebody else will get a ticket for that. What's wrong with you?
Excuse me.
What's wrong with you? T-D-U-L-A.
Carl, what are you doing? Move away from the vehicle.
I'm filming you breaking the law. Ms. Dula, you broke the law.
Yes, thank you, sir.
You broke the law.
Thank you.
What are you going to do, bite me with your gold tooth?
No, he didn't.
You just do that.
Right, but you just broke the law.
All right to do it, okay?
And I'm going to do that.
Thank you.
And I have it on video.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You made my day.
You made mine too. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow.
I'll say this. She collected her. She was fairly as calm as you could be with somebody filming you.
Yeah.
She was all right.
Yeah.
They're all three of them are being big fat women, though.
Yeah.
All three of these people.
What is that?
So then they can't pass any physical tests. They just sit there. They get these orcas to just sit in the car and write. They're fat. They get to sit there and just write. They don't have to do anything. They're all big fat broads.
I'm sure they're also looking for someone that's going to be a bit intimidating looking.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a little cute little white thing that's anorexic.
Yeah.
No.
Why is that a large majority of the traffic enforcement agents are African American?
I don't know.
Why is that?
Put them at risk.
Is that what it is? It's a put them at risk,
who cares about
cannon
Africans?
fodder kind of a thing?
Nobody cares about Africans, not even black people.
Yeah. So just put them out there on the lines and let people yell at them and throw stuff at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with the chopped meat hairdo, by the way?
Chopped meat.
It's awful.
Oh, my God.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Holy Jesus, that's perfect.
To defend African hair. It's a mess.
It's a new look they're doing.
Chopped meat hairdo.
It looks like Sharpie dots.
It's you go to the supermarket, you see that chopped meat, 90% lean or something.
It looks like ground
it looks like they're taking
beef.
a package of that and just going on the top of their head.
On top of their head. Ground beef.
Ground beef. Let's call it the ground beef / chopped meat.
Perfect.
Hairdo.
That's one thing I'll give white people credit for, to introduce products.
Unbelievable. All right, we got Jimmy Justice standing by. We got one more clip from Jimmy Justice.
Oh, good.
We were going to spend 20 minutes on this thing, but this show is just kind of like, whee!
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's adrift, and we don't know where it's going, but that's all right.
Do we have Jimmy Justice on the phone?
Yeah, we got him.
Okay.
I just want to play his last video, and then we'll go to Jimmy Justice.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Yeah.
Jimmy Justice, traffic agent, parking in a no-parking zone while she runs into a Rite Aid.
Why are you taking a picture of me?
I'm taking a picture of you because you're a police officer who's supposed to enforce the law.
And no parking?
And you parked your police car in a place where the sign says no parking anytime.
You started asking me.
And you're not doing your job.
Taking pictures of me.
You went into the Rite Aid.
I can go into the Rite Aid because you don't know if I have a feminine problem. You don't know if I have any type of problem.
Right.
You don't know if I have my asthma, if I need my medicine, or anything like that. You don't know my business.
Right. So if you have to go.
But no, it's funny. That's the excuses people use.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Look, my kid is having an asthma attack, and I need to get something. So I
don't care. I don't care.
Right. That's why this bit's so good.
writing. I already started writing.
That's why this bit is brilliant.
Yeah.
That dismissive move.
Yeah.
Right.
God bless Jimmy Justice.
Right.
Or anything like that. You don't know my business.
Right. So if you have to go in the Rite Aid.
And I have my period.
Right.
I can go in there. All right.
And you don't have to park properly. You're allowed to park.
I am
no
parked
parking.
properly.
But if the sign says no parking anytime.
Handicapped person can park in a no parking.
It says no parking anytime. Are you handicapped?
How do you know that? I could be handicapped.
If you're handicapped, are you efficient at doing your job?
Because he's sitting there taping me.
I'm having a problem with racist Jimmy Justice, though.
Why?
Why can he find somebody other than this woman?
Probably not.
And I mean, it's the same woman, but it's different, but it's the same exact woman.
But that's everyone that I've encountered, too. I've been this woman.
I've seen some wormy white boys, too, now.
Not breaking the law.
Patrice.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw a traffic agent that was white. I'm just being honest with my dumb life.
But it's the same
I
one.
don't see them. I don't see it. I see a lot of big, black, fat women with the chopped meat hair.
Who's the guy jumping in here? We missed this. What?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
Here we go.
Scared.
The shame is that somebody else will get a ticket for that.
I told you to get a ticket, though.
If any regular person parks where it says no parking anytime, they get a ticket.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And you know who else?
So,
I'm a supervisor. She's in a marked vehicle. A marked vehicle is permitted to park here. She's not in a bus stop. She's not nowhere. She's in a no park.
Not for official
Everyone
business.
else can park here, so she
right,
can.
but even if she's going into the store.
You are a regular passenger vehicle.
Yes.
You park your vehicle here. Yes, she will get a summons, sir. That's no problem, sir. She's doing her job, what she's supposed to do. The vehicle is legally parked, sir.
The vehicle's legally parked even though it says no parking anytime.
Sir, is she a passenger?
I'm Jimmy Justice.
I'm Jimmy Justice.
With that, let's say hi to Jimmy Justice. Jimmy.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. How are you, buddy?
Well, I've been better. If it would be years ago when you guys were on in the afternoon, I had to wake up really early in the morning. But other than that, I'm doing great, and it's an honor to talk to you guys.
Ooh, Jimmy Justice is lazy. Doesn't like getting up.
Jimmy Justice has a drinking problem.
Jimmy Justice is not lazy, but he works till late at night, and I usually don't wake up this early.
How many videos do you have? We love these things. Obviously.
Yeah, we're obsessed with you, Jimmy.
I have on my computer probably about 20 or 30 hours of these confrontational videos.
Wow.
Now, what exactly, we've all dealt with these awful, disgusting people. What incident sparked you to just go on the rampage with the video camera?
The incident that sparked me to go on this rampage is about 2 years ago when I witnessed a traffic enforcement agent write a civilian a parking summons for blocking a fire hydrant. And then the same traffic enforcement agent got into his official vehicle. He made a U-turn and parked blocking a different fire hydrant on the other side of the street, and then went into a restaurant to eat lunch. And I said, there has got to be something wrong with that.
Yep. So you kept your video camera on you at all times, and what has any results happened because of this stuff? Like, what do you do with this stuff? You dial 311, or what has happened because of this?
Oh yeah, very often I do dial 311, and it's not enough to just dial it and file a complaint. You have to keep following up on that. Otherwise, they're not going to do anything about it. And I've definitely seen a reduction in the rate of recidivism in areas that I have frequented with my video camera. And since the major media have also picked up on this, recently the mayor and the police commissioner have directed the internal affairs division of the police department to write summonses and tow the vehicles of city workers and police officers who are illegally parked.
See, to me, like
they are taking action.
A regular cop in a marked squad car is different because they're cops. But I mean, these you treat these people the way they should be treated, which is like they're not like cops.
No,
they want to be able to do what they want to do and still write ticket for the same thing. We just listened to the woman who had her period, and Opie pointed out the same excuse that any other person would give. She gave, and you just had a video camera on it. It's great.
And the reason they would write you up for being in front of a fire hydrant because they want to keep the fire hydrant clear in case there's a fire. So then they park there. How does that make sense?
Doesn't matter what's parked there.
Right.
You're not supposed to park there.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. And guys, I've always said that some of the laws don't make any sense, but some make a lot of sense. And the laws of not blocking a fire hydrant it's not rocket science.
Right.
You don't do that because in case there's a fire, you need the firemen to get in there and be able to do their job quickly. So what's the difference if it's my vehicle blocking a fire hydrant or if it's the vehicle of a traffic enforcement agent who's in the McDonald's 2 blocks away? There is absolutely no difference. You should not block a fire hydrant.
What have you had any bad incidents or no?
Have I had what?
Any bad incidents with these traffic people? Like where they get physical or anything?
Oh, absolutely. I've had a lot of physical altercations. Besides being yelled at and cursed at, which is perfectly okay because that's what I do to them. I've been spit at. I've been pushed. I've been threatened with arrest. I've been followed. Have
you gotten anybody fired? Hopefully.
Well, interesting enough, if you saw the video I put on YouTube called Miss Anderson Breaks the Law, and that's the woman who gave me the middle finger, and while a retired policewoman came over and told me I'm not allowed to videotape anyone employed by the police department because of the terrorism. Well, that sergeant from the Traffic Enforcement Agency, her name was Edith Anderson, and actually a few months after this video, she was arrested with 2 of her sons for selling crack out of her apartment. And this can be verified if you look up Edith Anderson on the New York Post police blotter. And this incident happened a few months ago, so I'm not making it up.
So Jimmy, what is the law like? Like when the one guy said we just watched one where she parked to run into a Rite Aid or whatever, and the guy came over and said, "Well, it's an official vehicle." Now, are there any times where they are allowed to be doing that, or are they pretty much always lying when making excuses for themselves?
Okay, there are times because there is an exception written into the law that sanitation enforcement agents and traffic enforcement agents are allowed to double park or do other minor violations with their vehicles while they're doing their job.
Sure.
And that does make a little bit of sense, even though it's not fair. But if they have to go into a highly congested area to write summonses to others who are blocking the roadways and causing a hazard, sometimes they have to be there for a minute or two while they're writing their summons. So that loophole is written into the law, and they're allowed to do that. But not when they're running their personal errands. And they shouldn't even be running their personal errands while they're at work. So they're doing 2 things wrong.
So basically, like, if they park in a no parking any time zone and they're standing out there writing a couple of tickets, they're allowed to do that, but they're not allowed to block a hydrant because that's not a minor infraction.
Exactly. They're never allowed to be in a bus stop, and they're never allowed to block a hydrant, but they can be in a no parking or a no standing with a time signature, like if it says no standing from 3 to 6, for example.
Sure. Looks like you studied this stuff, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I do know my stuff, and I know the bounds of what I can and cannot do.
Have you seen actually confronted any other traffic agents beside just fat African American women?
Yeah, my opponents have accused me of being a racist. Because
well, someone in studio just said that.
I mean, I only saw
Patrice
4
O'Neal.
videos, and they were all the same giant African woman.
With the chop meat hair. I want to keep saying that.
She should have baskets on her head.
Yeah, that's not my fault, though. What you see in my videos is just a microcosm of the demographic, and the fact is that most traffic enforcement agents are black women with big tushies.
Yep, fair enough.
Big tushies.
Well, just put up a something else. I don't know.
Facial endeavor.
What have you what other races have you encountered?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
What other ethnic group have you encountered on your journeys?
Well, I have to tell you that the videos that I put on YouTube were some of my more colorful clips.
Right.
So I did want to create a little bit of a buzz. And obviously I put my best foot forward and put some of my better clips on there. And the most colorful exchanges I've had were with black women. That's just a coincidence, I think.
What's your favorite one that we could play? Because we don't want to go through 30 hours of Jimmy Justice.
Oh, yes, we do.
We're lazy.
Well, one of the better exchanges were, you could play a little bit of the one called Traffic Enforcement Agent Makes Illegal U-Turn.
Okay.
No.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did that one.
Is that where you said she was a boob?
Yeah, that's the one I call the boob.
Yeah, we saw that. We love that one.
Well, Jim...
Or the best clip that I've ever had is a traffic enforcement agent who went into a restaurant to stand in line and order her lunch. She blocked a fire hydrant, and while she was waiting on line, a fire actually broke out across the street.
We heard that one, too. Well, you gave her the business.
Yeah, we picked the good ones then.
Yeah, I read her the riot act.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you do for work, Jimmy?
I'm an audio systems engineer, and I also play guitar in bands.
All right, so this is just kind of something you do for fun. You don't even make money off it. Or do you sell DVDs?
I make a little bit here and there when I license some of my footage to television networks. Also, people have gone on my YouTube page, and there's a link to my blog page, and people hit a donate button and donate money to me through PayPal. So I've made a little bit of money, not a lot.
It's really funny what you do, man, and just the fact that they're so belligerent. Instead of just have any of them went, you know what, you're right. And it was kind of stupid that I just did that, and just acknowledged it, like really taking the wind out of your sails by kind of going, for lack of another old lady way of talking. Has anyone ever just said, you know what, that was kind of stupid?
Facial endeavor.
No, actually, that's never happened.
Really?
They're always, some of them are not so belligerent. They see me coming with a camera, and they're completely quiet. They just get in their car and drive away. But for someone to actually admit that they were wrong, that has never happened.
God, it's great. I hate them. The more I watch your videos, the more I hate their guts. So please just keep until we have a few traffic agent suicides. I would like you to keep going.
Yeah, Jimmy, right on, man. Thanks for calling the show today.
Where's your website? Where can people check these
what's
out?
the plug? Sure.
Well, if you go to Google and just put in Jimmy Justice, the top thing that comes up in the search will be my YouTube page, and you can take it from there.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, have a great day, guys.
You too. Jimmy Justice on the Opie and Anthony Show.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll have that link on onaradio.com, of course, of the videos we played.
Jimmy was a little sleepy from dishing out justice, it sounded like.
You know what? Anyone that chases these animals with a camera and just makes their lives miserable.
I just love people that could find a little niche for themselves. Like, who would have thought of that?
It's great.
It's definitely great.
And they're miserable. We've all dealt with them. I remember I was going to an airport. I was late for a flight. Look, I know that they hear a million excuses, too. They deal with the public who sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But just the indifference, the way that they're not real cops, and you know you're never going to click with them because they're not real cops.
Yep.
A real cop kind of has an intuition and can sense.
What makes you think you click with real cops?
Because I've had enough times where my excuse was real, and like I needed to do something with traffic wise, and the guy because they've questioned suspects, and they kind of have an intuition for when you're completely being a fraud and when like you're legitimately stressed.
Okay.
And they'll occasionally cut you a break because they don't need the power trip of making you go straight instead of a left that badly.
Yeah.
They pull it out another way. I'm not saying that they can't be dicks, but they'll let you go a lot faster.
Yeah, you can break.
You got a chance anyway. I mean, with the traffic agents, you don't have whatsoever a chance. I know what he's saying.
Real police don't bother you about your seatbelt.
Like unless they happen to see it.
The phone is another thing, but the seatbelt.
Yeah.
You know.
Patricia's right. You see the cops looking at you, and they see you don't have a seatbelt, but they're like,
the real cops
ain't gonna bother with
I don't
that.
need to do that. I'm going to go bust some guy for selling crack soon.
I make turns like if there's a road and for some reason they're not letting people make a right turn on it, but I see other people on the road. It's not like the road is closed. I'll make a right, even though I see the traffic enforcement agent waving people off.
A criminal.
I won't look at. I won't look him in the eye. I'll just make my turn and go. And I see him going, hey, stop, go that way. No.
Has anything ever happened?
No. One time, the agent got to the back of my truck and went boom, boom, boom. And I just kind of put my hand out the window and waved like, oh yeah, okay, I know, I made the turn.
Right.
Hey, I
entitled.
I one time was late for the Comedy Cellar, and they were blocking off the area down by the low part of the village, and there was no reason for it because whatever it was wasn't happening. And usually, look, you tell me I'm a comic, I'm actually down here working, I'm not just whatever. They'll usually they understand you're not lying. But this one traffic cop, nope, gotta go straight. And I parked and I had to walk by him to go. And I understood how people just act violently towards other people.
Sure.
Like, he probably had mace and would have maced me. But I wanted to go over and just drill my fist in the side of his face and I'd take the arrest. I don't know if I've ever wanted to physically attack somebody that badly.
Wow, you are bad.
But I didn't, of course.
Of course not.
I'm an idiot,
No.
and he probably could have beat me up.